Bada bing, bada boom. What's up, people? How's it going? It's your boy Tom, back with another episode of Tom Talks Podcast, man. I'm doing this one solo again. Matt's not around. Matty B ain't around, so I'm gonna just chill. We gonna chill, have a glass of wine together, and recap week 5, week 6, and talk about Johnny Gruden. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, Rams and Seahawks. I wasn't able to watch the whole game. My sister was getting married that week on not that Thursday, that Friday. But we had the rehearsal, we had the practice, whatever, trial run, and the rehearsal dinner. So it was a grand old time. I'm gonna sound like a basic bitch, but we lived, we laughed, and we loved. Great times all around. But anyway, enough about my personal life. Rams Seahawks 26-17. I honestly thought the Seahawks were going to win just because the Rams got their first loss on a short week. But, I guess I was wrong. Not much to say. A lot of talk about that double punt play that should have been illegal, but it happened. It is what it is. So then we move on to this boring-ass Jets and Falcons game. I figured the Falcons were going to win. I forgot to make the predictions for last week and this week. So, yeah, Jets and Falcons. It was actually more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. I thought the Falcons were actually going to crush the Jets. Even though the Jets had their first win last week, it seems that they're somewhat slowly improving as a football team. Even though that's pretty crazy to say. This game. Vikings and Lions, dude. Detroit is a cursed city, dude. There's no other way to say it. Detroit Lions are cursed. They lost. This is the second game that they lost by a last-second field goal. They had the game won. Like they literally had the game won, and they let Kirk Cousins drive down. It's pretty fucking insane. I think there was a penalty during that drive, but I don't remember exactly. Saints football team didn't get to watch this one, but Saints kicked ass. Obviously, figured they were gonna win. Honestly, at this point, I overrated the Washington football team. Let's close this Colts-Ravens highlights. We'll talk about that game in a little bit. I overrated the Washington's defense because of their great defensive line. But they're not doing that great right now, and they're just not doing that great right now. So, Saints won, obviously. Patriots and Texans. This game's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought the Patriots were going to blow out the Texans, but it is what it is. Not much to say. Two rookie quarterbacks facing each other. Mac Jones got the better off of the end. Bucks and Dolphins. Bucks crushed the Dolphins. And look at this. Apparently, I didn't know this. This is the first time that Tom Brady had a 400-plus passing yard game and a 5-touchdown game in his first time in his career. That's pretty fucking crazy. But I guess it's not really that surprising because the only time he really had great weapons around him was that 07 to 2010. When he had Randy Moss and Wes Welker and he had rookies Gronk and rookie Hernandez on the team. So that was probably the best core. He didn't have them in 2007. Like they weren't until 2010, but you get what I mean. Like they were just the best. I was probably his best overall core team until he got to the Bucks. When it comes to weapons wise. Offensive weapons. But yeah, not surprising. Bucks crushed the Dolphins. Tua was supposed to come back this week, and we'll talk about that match a little bit later. The Packers and Bengals, it seemed like that no one wanted to win this game. I thought this game was going to be a tie. That would have been fucking hilarious. But Joe Burrow keeps doing the damn thing, and the kicking game has sucked this week. So hopefully next week the kickers will get out of their fucking heads. And not much to say about that game, but yeah. Broncos and Steelers, I thought the Broncos were going to win in Pittsburgh, but it seems like they found their, either the Steelers have found their momentum or Denver are just complete frauds, which is probably more of what it is. Because they won their first 3 games against really bad teams. Let's talk about our game, the Eagles and the Panthers. This was a fucking stressful game. I predicted early in the year. If you can go back, this is on film from my preseason predictions. I only thought we were going to win about 6 games this year. And I didn't think the Panthers surprised everybody. Like I did not think the Panthers were going to be this good, especially with Sam Darnold playing the way he did. And honestly, I think Sam Darnold's starting to look mortal again. The Cowboys got a lot. I mean, Trayvon Diggs is one of the best corners in the league. He's starting to become one of the best corners in the league. He's not there quite yet. Even though he has 6 interceptions, he's still need. He's like he's a ball hawk corner, which is not terrible, but it is what it is. Enough about that. Jalen Hurts struggled early. He didn't play that great for the first 3.5 quarters, and then he finally stepped it up in the last, I guess, whatever it was, 8 minutes, the last half of the fourth quarter. So he put together a couple of drives. The defense actually showed up. We got interceptions from our cornerbacks, which is about goddamn time, which is what I've been wanting for this defense to do for a long time. I just want corners to make plays, and Darius Slay had 2 picks. Stevie Nelson finally stepped up and made a play. The Panthers' weapons aren't the greatest, especially without McCaffrey. McCaffrey opened things up, and I think them trading away Dan Arnold was not the best decision for them, but it is what it is. We won. Eagles are on a short week. We're going to face Tampa Bay. That's going to be a tough game to predict. Titans and Jags, I'm not surprised with this result. Titans crushing the Jags. 20 straight games. God damn, that's awful. And then this game was surprising. Holy shit. I didn't think it was going to be a shootout, but holy shit. Holy shit. Baker Mayfield has 3 career losses with 42-plus points. That's fucking nuts. I know the other one's last year against the Ravens. When was his first one? I don't know. Let's not think about that. Anyway, Justin Herbert is looking like an early MVP candidate. He kicks ass. The whole team, all LA Chargers kick ass. No one thought the LA Chargers would be leading the division at this point. I know I said we all thought the Chiefs were going to be kicking ass, but we'll get to them in a little bit. Bears beat the Raiders, which honestly was surprising. The Bears, Justin Fields did what he had to do. He took care of the ball. He didn't do anything crazy. They still seem very hesitant about play calling with him, and just the Raiders weren't. They didn't show up. I guess this was all pending what we're going to talk about in a little bit. 49ers and Cardinals. Cardinals barely won. I mean, I thought the Cardinals would score more points, but the 49ers defense is still pretty impressive. I mean, they made plays when they needed to. Yeah, not really much else to say. Giants and Cowboys. Cowboys crushed the Giants. No surprise. Like I said, Trayvon Diggs, he's starting to emerge as one of the best corners in the NFL. Jalen Ramsey's still better. That's an obvious fucking fact. There's still a few corners that are plenty better than Trayvon Diggs right now, but he's starting to come up there, get his name up there. Giants have a lot of fucking injuries. Daniel Jones got hurt. Saquon's out for a couple of weeks. Some of the receivers are hurt, and they're just not doing well. This is supposed to be like the year that Giants offense was like kick ass, but nah. Their O-line still sucks, and everyone's still getting hurt, and they're getting the injury bug too. Not as bad as the Eagles, which is crazy to say. Bills and Chiefs. I thought the Chiefs were going to come back and win this game, but nah. Bills, this is a statement game for the Bills. 4-1, winning 30-20. Patrick Mahomes throws a pick 6. Their defense is the number one scoring defense. Bills have the number 1 offense when it comes to yards per game. The Bills are rolling on all cylinders after their first loss to Pittsburgh. So we could see Bills and Chargers looking at a future AFC title game at this moment. I don't want to say anything right now, but the next team, the Baltimore Ravens, they're in the mix. Lamar Jackson is stepping up as a passer this year, and that's what he needs to do in order to get his team to that next level, to get to the AFC title game, Super Bowl level. Lamar Jackson needs to step up as a passer. He did it a lot this year, but his receivers dropped a lot of footballs for him. Partially his fault, partially the receiver's fault. So it's great to see that he's stepping up and making these improvements, because even in 2019 he won the MVP, he mostly won it with his legs. excuse me, he did make some nice throws, but like he was not consistent with his throwing of the football. He So hopefully he can continue to improve throwing the football as he does. And now tomorrow night, our game, the Eagles and the Bucks. This is going to be tough, dude. Brady has that injured hand. I don't know how long. I don't know if he's going to be out of the game. I doubt he's going to be. I don't know how much that hand is going to affect him. But the Bucks have some other key injuries too. I don't think Devin White's playing. Gronk is still out. And Antoine Winfield Jr. is not playing. So they lost some key players. The only key player that we don't have, as far as I know of right now, is Lane Johnson. And I don't know what his there's are some prediction. I read a report about what he was going through, and I don't know if it's 100% accurate, so I'm not going to say. Unfortunately, I think the Bucks are going to win this game. It's going to be, but it's going to be closer than people think. It's not going to be a blow. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. They're not going to blow us out like they did the Dolphins. I think it's going to be on like the range of like 24-21, something like that, something along those lines. And if I'm wrong, then fuck it, I'm wrong. And let's see, Dolphins and Jags in London. Jags could win this game. Even though Tua's coming back, I think the Jags still have a great chance to win this game. The Dolphins, I think I overhyped the Dolphins. I thought they were going to be a really good team, but I think Tua getting hurt affected them a lot. Oh, got something in my eye. Sorry. There was something in my eyeball. Sorry, just fucking eye booger, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. This one's a coin flip, but I think the Dolphins are going to come out at the end, win at the end. Chiefs, the football team. I think the Chiefs are going to beat Washington. They're going to come back and win. They have a comeback game and win. Rams crushed Giants because the Giants suck. 1-4 teams. I thought the Colts were going to be better than this. And Carson Wentz looks like he started to find his groove this last game because he played very well. Despite the one fumble, he played very well. For I've seen the highlights, he played very well against the Ravens, but his kicker couldn't make any fucking field goals for him. So yeah, I think the Colts win. They break their losing streak. They go not their losing streak. They get back in the win column 2-4. Bengals and Lions. Sorry, Detroit. Bengals are gonna crush you. First rivalry game from the North, the Packers. Packers are gonna beat the Bears. Two winningest teams in NFL history. Did not know that. But yeah, Packers are going to beat the Bears. Oh my god, I didn't know this game was happening. Chargers Ravens is going to be a really good one. Holy shit, dude. Oh, this is tough. Two MVP candidates in Herbert and Lamar Jackson. Honestly, god, this is tough to say, dude. I don't know. The Ravens defense is better than the Chargers defense, but I think the Chargers offense is better than the Ravens offense. I don't know, dude. Lamar Jackson has that it factor. They're probably favored because they're at home. But yeah, I think Lamar Jackson's gonna get this W. He's gonna have to make plays happen with his legs. Yeah, and then the Vikings and Panthers. I think the Panthers bounce back. I think they beat Minnesota. Their offense isn't really that great. Browns and Cardinals. This is an interesting game. I don't. Both teams are good. Browns have an injury bug going on too. A lot of defensive players are hurt for them, so I think the Cardinals take this one on the road. Raiders and Broncos. Raiders are hoping to bounce back with all the shit going on in the locker room. But with that all that, I think the Broncos are at home. Broncos are at home, so I think Broncos are going to take this one, but it's gonna be close. Cowboys and Patriots, New England, because fuck Dallas. Dallas can suck a dick. Seahawks and Steelers, they shouldn't move this game. This should not be the Sunday night game, but because Russell Wilson's hurt. But Steelers at home, I think Steelers are gonna win and win pretty big. Seahawks lost Russell Wilson. He's gonna be out for like a month. So yeah, Seahawks gonna be struggling. And pretty good Monday night game, Bills and Titans. I think the Bills continue their roll. Bills. Yeah, I think the Bills are going to continue their win streak. They're going to be one. We go 5-0 in this next game, beating the Titans. Even though Derrick Henry is a fucking beast himself. So that's it for the predictions. I want to talk now for something a little more serious. I don't like to talk about serious shit, but kind of has to be talked about. Fuck off. I don't care. Fuck off. Jesus Christ. New York Times is fucking annoying. So Jon Gruden. Everything that happened with the leaked emails. Let's talk about the emails. The homophobic, the misogynistic emails, anti or racist or whatever. Da 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 da. Let's see. He resigns as a head coach. Mark Davis and Mike Mayock accept. Sent some anti-gay message. He called Roger Goodell the F slur, which I find hilarious because a lot of people don't like Roger Goodell. I don't know how. I'm not a fan of Goodell. I don't think he's done some things. I love the clueless anti-football pussy because Jon Gruden's kind of old school. He wants people to be hit. He wants people to talk shit and get hit. This is really interesting. This is I could see both sides of the aisle on this one. Because when you're a higher up person, you represent an organization. You cannot be sending emails. I mean, I know he wasn't working for the NFL during this span. During whatever it was 2010 to 2017, or whenever these emails were leaked out. Whatever that time span was. I think it was like span of like 7-8 years. He wasn't working for an NFL team. He was working for ESPN. But I know I don't know if this is like a white privilege thing or I don't. I'll get that. My thoughts on white privilege is another topic for another time. But or just like a power privilege he has to feel comfortable enough to send it to people like Bruce Allen and a couple of other people who he felt comfortable talking, like saying these words and saying these things to other people. If you're representing an organization, why would you send that in an email? Send it through a text. I mean, it would be understandable if you send that shit through a text. Because I just find it hard to believe. Here's the other side where I'm coming from, where I can possibly see this from. You're with your group of friends, and especially guys, really anything goes. Making comments about women, and people say, "Oh, you're you're a misogynist, you're homophobic." Da 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 da. Like if you're hung around a group of guys, especially around like a strip club or anything else along those lines, shit like that is going to be said. So he got caught. The thing is, he got caught. I don't know if he really means. Obviously, I don't know Jon Gruden very well. I don't know him at all, actually. He probably just said, got caught. Hey, you caught me. Fuck it, whatever. Da da da. Now the next question is, he's obviously done in the NFL. After all this shit, he's finished in the NFL. He's never going to be working in the coaching job, GM job. But will he work for, like, say, NBC or ESPN again, possibly in the future, Fox Sports? I don't know. He obviously going to have to let this shit just die down. Maybe he'll have an opening. Maybe he'll have a moment of, yeah, what I said was wrong. The shit I said about other people was wrong. The words I've used were very hurtful, and I apologize or whatever. Maybe something along those lines. Maybe we'll get something like that from him eventually. I don't know, but yeah, this is a very tricky situation in that case. So because when you become, like, honestly, Jon Gruden's an overrated head. I've said this before. Jon Gruden is an overrated head coach. He inherited a Tony Dungy football team with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who already had a great defense, and he did enough on the offense, and he was lucky enough in the NFC Championship game against my Eagles because Andy Reid didn't know how to play call back then. That first drive, he ran the football, and fucking after that, didn't fucking do anything else. Got lucky on a few other plays. Rondé Barber with that famous interception for a touchdown. And then he got lucky by facing the Raiders, the organization he already knew. So, the Super Bowl was a very lucky win, if we're being very honest here. And then he's talking about, let's see, says criticize Obama, DeMar Smith. Like, honestly, like personally, I'm not offended by the words he said, but it's understanding that other people are, and people who work for the NFL are, and whatever. But yeah, this is just, I just don't know why you would put this in a fucking email. But yeah, this is the reason all this came out was because they're investigating the Washington football team and Dan Snyder. And honestly, here's how I really feel. Jon Gruden was the fucking scapegoat. He was not the scapegoat. No, that's the wrong word. He was the sacrificial lamb. That's the term I want to use. His job, his reputation was sacrificed in order to protect Dan Snyder and possibly all the other 30 billionaire owners and all the other NFL owners and all the other shit that they've said. Because there's still 650,000? Let's see. It should say in this article that how many emails were retrieved for this investigation. Hold on, let's see if we can there we go. Yeah, right here. Goodell instructed league executives to look at more than 650,000 emails. You're telling me that they looked through all these emails and the only ones that were released were about Jon Gruden and Jon Gruden and talking to Bruce Allen about whatever. Some racism, went too far, all that other shit. That's bullshit. Everybody fucking knows it. It's just to protect fucking Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder probably sacrificed his children in order to protect his fucking ass. But hopefully there will be more information leaked about this. Hopefully Snyder gets his ass busted and forced to sell the fucking team. So that's all I have for this week. I know I got serious at the end. I'm sorry. I try to keep it good vibes here, but this is sort of a serious topic that needs to be talked about. So, I don't know. Be peaceful, love each other, whatever. I don't know. Hippy dippy, positive bullshit. Peace.